All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody from wherever you may be listening from. My name is Coach Mo, a V4, a senior broker at RoyalQ, and I welcome you all to this mind-blowing session where you are going to get to learn more about how the MACD automation works. Actually, today was supposed to be two sessions, one for testimonial and the second part will be for the MACD automation. But unfortunately, the team members that were supposed to be here for testimony could not make it. Okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. How many of you here have tried the MACD automation? If you have, please let me see you type a yes on the chat. If you have tried the MACD automation, let me see you type a yes on the chat. Okay, I can only see one person. I can only see one person. Okay, two. Please, if you have, let me see you type a yes on the chat. I have a reason for asking. And I'll ask questions. I'll ask questions. So don't just say yes, because I'm going to ask questions to be sure that you understand everything about the MACD. I can only see three people who said they have gone through the MACD and they've used the MACD as well. Okay, it's fine. So let me share my screen right away without wasting much of your time. Let me share my screen. Mhm. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen. Confirm if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Can't see. Somebody said can't see. Okay, Dollar Queen, thank you. Said you can see. King Adamo, please check again. Maybe it is your network. But I believe by now, everyone should be seeing my screen. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, please, should in case the screen is not much visible on your phone, all you need to do is to use your two fingers and you zoom, you expand to see to have a clearer view of my screen I am sharing because I'm using a wider screen. I'm not using my smaller screen, I'm using a wider screen. So it might be small. So all you need to do is just to expand with your two fingers and you see everything very clear and bold enough. Okay, so I'm not going to talk too much about the settings because we do the settings presentation on Tuesdays by Coach Welt. Okay, so if you have been attending our Zoom sessions every Tuesdays, he shows you how to impute the settings, okay? How to impute the settings for the MACD. But what I'm here to show you guys is how to use this MACD to know if it is time to go set up a trade on your RoyalQ. So this means that it is the condition that needs to be met before you say, okay, it is time for me to go set up that particular coin you have used the MACD to check on your RoyalQ. And remember, what we want to see here is the golden cross. Is to see the MACD go down below the zero line. Before the golden cross happens, that is when you go to your RoyalQ and set up that trade. I repeat, what we want to see here, this is the MACD indicator. We want to see the MACD line. What is the MACD line? The MACD line is the blue line. The MACD line is the blue line, and the golden line is the line that causes the golden cross to happen. So what we want to see here is that we want to see the MACD coming from the upper line. Where is the line I'm talking about? The zero line. This is the zero line. This line you see here is the zero line. The zero line. So we want to see the MACD, which is the blue line. The blue line is the MACD. We want to see this blue line coming from the top down to the bottom. Once it is coming from the top down to the bottom, we don't want to see a golden cross happen before we go and set it on our RoyalQ. Now, this is an example of what I mean. This is an example of what I mean. Remember, before you use the MACD, make sure your time frame is on the 15 minutes. Now, this is the 15 minutes. Make sure your time frame is on the 15 minutes, okay? So if it's not on the 15 minutes, it is not going to be effective because we want it to be on the 15 minutes. I hope it is well understood. I hope it is well understood. So let me switch back to 15 minutes. Now, this is the 15 minutes. Let me look for, let me check and see. This coin, for example. Okay. Now, this is what we want to see. Let me take it to this part here. Let me take it backward, like using the bar replay. Okay, good. This is what we want to see. So let's focus on this area, please. Please pay attention. Let us focus on this area. Which area again? This area. Let me focus on this area. Okay, let me bring out my annotation. Now let's focus on this area where I drew the red box. Focus on this area very, very well. Remember I said what we are looking at on the MACD is we want to see the MACD coming from the top. Now you can see it is coming from the top. This is the top. This is the bottom. We want to see the MACD coming from the top. Now you can see it is coming from the top. Now the MACD has gone down to the bottom, below this zero line. Below the zero line. And we don't want to see the golden cross happening here before we go to RoyalQ to set it up. We want to make sure the golden cross is here to happen. Golden cross means that this blue line will cross this line. We don't want to see that happening. Okay? We want to see only, what we want to see happening is that the MACD is coming down and goes down below the zero line. Once it is below the zero line, then it is time for you to go to your RoyalQ and set up the trade. But if it has not gone below the zero line, please forget about it. Now, let's say, for example, it was here. It was around here. You met it here. Now, let me show you guys what I mean. Let's say, for example, you met this MACD here. You can see it is still above the zero line. So it means that it is not yet time. So what we want to see is you need to give it time, or you go and check another coin. We have a lot of coins to check. If you have the 25 coins already added to your RoyalQ, then go and check other coins. There's no way you not see one. Even if you don't see one, it's fine. Just check back later. If you check around 8 to 11, you don't see any, you check around 1 to 4. Between 1 to 4, you should definitely see one coin or more coins that meets this condition. Now you can see it is preparing to come down below. Below is coming down, it's coming down. Now good. Now that I can see the MACD has come below the zero line, I am talking about this blue line. The blue line, that is the MACD line. Then it is now time for you to go to your RoyalQ and set up this trade. I am trying to share my screen on my mobile phone, but I don't know what is happening. It keeps on taking me out. Please, can anyone volunteer to share his or her RoyalQ so that I'll show you guys how to set up this trade? Let's say, for example, this trade meets the condition, meaning the MACD has gone below the zero line and the golden cross is yet to happen. You go to your RoyalQ, you search for this coin, you set up the trade using the settings, the updated settings. Now, what I mean by the updated settings is this. This is the updated settings. This is the updated settings. We are only making use of Magic 3 and Magic 5. So you use everything you see on the Excel template, depending on your capital, and the settings you want to use either Magic 3 or Magic 5. The only thing you are going to edit is if you're using Magic 3, use whatever you see on the Excel template, but modify the first call and the seventh call. Change what you have on the first call to 0.1, then change what you have on the seventh call, that's the margin call drop, to 7.9. Same thing goes to the fifth call. Use what you see on the fifth call on the Excel template, which I believe Coach Welt has done justice to that. He does that every Tuesdays, our morning session. Okay, the first to the fourth call, 0.1, the ninth call, 2.87. Ensure you understand this part. Then you can go and load that settings on that particular coin you want to trade. So please, do we have anyone here who volunteer to share his or her RoyalQ screen so that I'll show you guys how to set up a trade using the MACD automation. But before that, please, I want to ensure that everyone here understand what I just said, all the explanation I did, the condition that needs to be met before you go to your RoyalQ and set up the trade. If you understand, let me see a yes. If you don't understand, let me see a no, so that I can, we can call on my attention to where it's not clear, so that I can have a more, I can break it down more for you guys to understand. So please, if it's not clear, let me see you type a no on the chat. And if it's clear, let me see yes. Okay, I can see yes, yes, yes. It's not something that is really difficult to understand. Just ensure you understand the explanation I just made on the conditions that needs to be met. And that is it. And that is it. It's clear. Awesome. So anyone available to share his or her RoyalQ screen? Let me see you raise up your digital hands, please, so that I can make a co-host to share your screen. I would like maybe a newbie. I'd like a newbie. If you are a newbie, meaning that you just activated a RoyalQ account, please, I'll prefer a newbie to volunteer to share his or her RoyalQ so that we can do the setup together. Anyone, please? Anyone available? Anyone available? Okay, King Indubisi, awesome, awesome. Okay, thank you so much for accepting to share your screen. So let me make you a co-host so that you can share your screen. Give me a second. Okay, King Ibrahim, no problem, it's fine. All right, King Indubisi, I've made you a co-host. You can share your screen, please. Share your screen. I'll have to stop my screen share so that I can share your screen. King Indubisi, unmute your mic. Unmute your mic, please, so that I'll guide you on how to share your screen. Hello?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Yes, loud and clear.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. All right, you said you want to share your screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to share your screen?
Let me try. I see share.
Yes, tap
Then
on
I tap
share.
on me.
I'll guide you, don't worry.
I
Tap
see
on
screen.
share. Tap on screen. Yes, tap on screen.
Okay, start now.
Start now, yes.
It bring up app. Let me search for RoyalQ.
Yeah, yeah, no, don't search for RoyalQ. It will show some apps. If it's your first time, look for
Yes.
Zoom.
Yes.
Go down and look for Zoom app and enable it. Look for Zoom app and enable it. Once you're done enabling, go back and share again. It's going to share your screen. Please pay attention.
Okay.
Please pay attention so that if there's anything that is not clear, you can call on my attention when it's time to ask questions. Okay, let's go to your RoyalQ. Yes, I can see it now. Go to your RoyalQ app. So remember, once the conditions is being met, meaning that the MACD has gone below the zero line, Then you go to your RoyalQ, and remember the time frame is 15 minutes. Make sure the time on your trading view is on the 15 minutes time frame. Now let's search for, let's say for example, it was seller, which was the coin I used for this explanation. So let's search for CELR. To tap on the search icon under manage. The search icon, make sure you tap on all before you search. Make sure you tap on all. Yes, then search for CELR. CELR. CE, no, CE for elephant. CELR.
Yes.
No, CE, not CE. E for elephant, C for cup, E
Okay,
for
CE.
elephant, CE, yeah, L.
C.
L for long, R, yeah, exactly. Now let's tap on it. Tap on the name CELR USDT. Search on it. Tap on it. Tap on I understand. Okay.
This is it.
Now tap on create. Tap on create.
Yep. Done.
Now tap on create. Okay. Now leave it on martingale strategy board, just the way it is already. It's being selected. You don't need to change any other thing there. Just tap on create. Tap on create. Tap on create. Tap on don't remind me again.
I understand.
Tap on, yeah, tap on don't remind me again, and then tap on I understand. Select the don't remind me again, and then tap on I understand. Okay, now we remember we already have our settings, our trade settings already saved under my strategy settings. So we need to go and load that settings before we activate this trade. Meaning that you have to go down and tap on trade settings. Now scroll down where you see trade settings and tap on trade settings. See down, just go down, bottom left, you see trade settings, just tap on it. You don't need to scroll down, just check. Aha, yeah. All right, now you have two options here, smart create, manually create. Forget about the smart create. What we want to tap on is the manually create. So tap on manually create. Good. Now, you see the first option there, which is my template. It means that if you have a setting saved, you can go and select that setting. That is the setting that you have already saved before coming here to say you want to pick a trade. So let's say, for example, you already have a settings. Now tap on choose a strategy setting. Just tap there. It will open up another page for you to select that setting that you have already saved on your RoyalQ. So tap on where you have choose a strategy setting. Okay, good. Now let's assuming the first one is the settings for the MACD. Let's assuming, I repeat again, let's assuming the first settings is the settings for the MACD automation. Tap on 20, which is the first one where you have 20. Just tap on 20 to select that settings. Tap on 20. Now, once you tap on 20, you'll notice that it will be showing 500. That my template is showing 500 because that was the name you used to save that settings. It's fine. It means that it has been selected. Has been selected. Now, the next thing is to go to strategy mode. Ensure you tap on that Wool Warehouse mode because we want to use sub-bin real-time settlement. Now, tap on the Wool Warehouse mode and change it to the last option, which is sub-bin real-time settlement. Good. Now, the next one is first buy amount. First buy amount, ensure it is the first buy amount for the settings you're using, either Magic 3 or Magic 5. I can see this is Magic 5, so change that 12 to 20 because Magic 5 is 20. Change that 12 to 20. Good. Then the last thing we have to do here is to scroll down. The second to the last thing, please. The take profit. Now, please pay attention. If you want your trade to be selling on time, use 1.5%. But if you have the patience, use 2%. But if you want it to be selling very, very fast, as soon as possible, always use 1.5%. 1.5% will make it sell faster. So, are you with us, King NWC?
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Are you still with us, King NWC? All right, okay. Let's proceed, please. Now, tap on the 3% and edit to 1.5%. Change that 3%, that's the take profit, operation take profit ratio. Edit the 3% and change it to 1.5% because we want it to sell faster. 1.5%. Just tap on the 3. Tap on the 3 first. 3.
I'm coming, sir. Come here, my phone. Okay.
$1.5. Okay, good. Now scroll down and see, go down where you have the advanced settings optional. Advanced settings. Yes, go down.
This is fine, sir. Yes, sir. How many do you want to buy? I'll give you 6. 4 mm. This one is 9.5. 9.5.
King NWC, please. I think you need to quickly attend to who is talking with you, then you can get back to us, please. Let me know once you're ready. Just unmute your mic and then you talk. Please, King NWC, if you can hear me, once you're done, just unmute your mic and then we can proceed, please. I believe every one of you is following up with what we are doing and is clear. So what we are trying to do now is to save these settings. To load the settings and modify some parameters. There are some things we need to modify. And once we're done modifying, then we can now save and activate the trade. But remember, the condition needs to be met first before you come to your RoyalQ and do this. If the condition has not been met, please, you cannot come here to your RoyalQ and do this. King NWC, are you ready, please? Let me know if you're ready so that I can unmute your mic. King NWC, are you ready, please? Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Go to the Zoom app and unmute your mic. Okay. Welcome back. So go back to the RoyalQ. Okay. So once you get to the advanced settings, King NWC, your background is noisy, please. Your background is noisy. Can you just maybe you move a bit? Huh?
Okay, it's with my customers. Okay, I'm here.
Okay, so you see where you have the advanced settings optional, right? Once you click on it, there are some options that will show there. What we want to do now is to look for where you have the first buy triggering condition. First buy triggering condition, tap on the trigger price, and change it to MACD. You see MACD, that's the last one there, MACD. Tap on MACD.
Yes.
Good. Then now you can see MACD trigger, golden cross, line trigger, it is on less than 0. We want it to be, is already on greater than 0. We want it to be on less than 0. Less than 0 means that you are telling RoyalQ, once this MACD comes down below the 0 line, which is already below the 0 line, meaning it is less than 0, once there is a golden cross, MACD trigger, you can see MACD trigger, golden cross. Once there is a golden cross below the 0 line, that is where RoyalQ will buy that trade for you and we start trading for you. That is what you're telling RoyalQ. So change that greater than 0 to less than 0. Line trigger where you have greater than 0. Tap on it. line trigger greater than 0, tap on it and change it to less than 0, meaning that once the MACD goes below the 0 line and the golden cross happens, RoyalQ will start that trade for you automatically. Yes, so it is on less than 0, then you can now save. Save.
Okay.
Confirm. Yes. It will take you back. Then it will take you back to this page. Then you activate. But we are not activating this trade now because we are not trading this trade now. I'm just using this as an example so that you will understand how to start this trade once the condition has been met. So next thing is to tap on activate. If you are ready to start the trade, you pull the trigger by tapping on activate after everything has been done. So thank you so much, King Indobisi. Yeah, you've done well. You've done well. So I believe every one of you understood all the process we have shown you guys. I believe all of you understood the process. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen again. Let's proceed. Let me share my screen so that we can proceed. So why MACD? Why MACD? MACD is a strategy that will help you pick a trade when a reversal is about to happen in the coin or that particular coin you have analyzed with the MACD. So whenever there's a reversal, what tends to happen is a golden cross. So once a golden cross happens, it means that that coin is about to reverse, either from downtrend to uptrend. So let's take, for example, now let's say, for example, you've picked this trade and RoyalQ will not activate the trade. Why? Because the golden cross is there to happen. Now let's see when the golden cross happens. I believe you all can still see my screen. Yes, I'll answer your questions, please, but confirm if you all can see my screen. Confirm if you can still see my screen. I'm sharing my screen at the moment. Okay, awesome. So let's take a look at this back testing. So you can see the golden cross is here to happen. Is here to happen. The coin is still coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. And see now it's about to, the golden cross is about to happen. Now it has happened. So let's say RoyalQ buys from here. Let's say RoyalQ buys from there. Now let's measure. Let's say if it was around here, it bought. Let's measure 1.5%. 1.5%. Okay, let's even say if it was around here, it bought, for example. It bought from. I said use 1.5% or 2%, but if you wanted to sell fast, use your 1.5% and remain patient for your take profit to hit. Now, this blue line is a take profit. Now, let's go back again and see around here. Okay. So the golden cross is about to happen. Now, let's watch and see what happens. And see, now it has happened. Let's say, for example, RoyalQ has bought and started trading that coin for you. And look what happens. Okay, let's see. You can see your 1.5% take profit hits in no time. In no time. If you want to use 2%, you can see it also hit that this 2%. This line is 2%. You can see it also got to that 2% and take profit hit. So it all depends on you, but if you want it to sell faster, please use 1.5%. So this is how the MACD automation works. It's just a straightforward process. Just ensure you follow instructions and you have nothing to worry about. Okay. For those who say they don't understand, let me go to the chat and see your questions there. If you have any questions, please drop your question on the chat. Let me go through those questions one after the other. One after the other. Okay, King Ibrahim said, please, sir, let me scroll up to see the settings from the beginning. What settings, please? What settings are you referring to, King Ibrahim? Okay. Let me allow you guys to unmute your mic. If you have any questions, I can allow you to unmute your mic to speak up. So, King Ibrahim, if you can hear me, please unmute your mic and ask your question. Go ahead and unmute your mic to ask a question. King Ibrahim, if you can hear me, please unmute your mic to ask your question. All right, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Please go ahead, ask your question.
From the trading settings on the RoyalQ. So,
Okay, what is not clear?
The first buy in a month. For me now, I'm starting trading with $100. I just started yesterday. So first buy in a month, what is the minimum USDT to be input there?
The first buy amount, we have a video on, and we also have recordings of previous sessions on understanding the arithmetic Excel template. So you need to make use of the Excel template. Now, I'll open the Excel template on my screen right now so that you see what I'm trying to say. Now, this is the Excel template. Just hold on, let it open. All right, so this is the Excel template, and this is the Magic 3 settings. Magic 3 settings, you can see we're trying to prepare the updated Excel template very soon. So as you can see, Magic 3 settings says what? Minimum capital is $100 to $319, meaning that if your capital falls below $319 down to $100 is when you can use Magic 3. So since now you know that it's Magic 3 you can use, all you need to do is to slot in your capital here for Magic 3. If you're using $100, put in $100 here, but by default, it is already on $100. So meaning that the settings, the right settings have been generated for you. That's your margin configuration settings, your first buy, which is 15. Everything you see here is what you save on your RoyalQ settings. Okay, but the only thing you edit here after you're done saving it is the first call and the second call. So here will be 0.1 and here will be 2
I don't understand that first and second question.
You don't understand what? You said you don't understand what?
You
don't understand the first call and second
How
call?
do I identify it in the settings?
It is there on the settings. A video will be sent to you. A video will be sent to you to watch. That video will guide you on how to save these settings. A video will be sent to you. Don't worry about that. A video will be sent to you. That video will guide on how to save the settings, how you can identify, how you can locate this margin configuration. But you need to understand this Excel template because that is where you get all these parameters from to save on your RoyalQ. Now, how to save it on your RoyalQ, we have a video on that. So that video will be shared with you. I hope it's clear. But remember, for the MACD automation, you are going to modify the first call and the seventh call to what we have on this updated settings. You can see it. You can see it here. The Magic 3 first call is 0.1, seventh call is 7.9. That's the only thing you modify from the settings after you have saved it from the Excel template on your RoyalQ. I hope it is understood. I hope it is understood.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, please. I hope it is understood.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Let me go back to the chat to see if we have more questions there. King Ifeanyi said he has a question. King Ifeanyi said he has a question. So please, let me unmute you to ask your question, King Ifeanyi. I hope you're still with us. All right, King Ifeanyi, please go ahead and unmute your mic to ask your question.
Okay, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, my question goes on when you went to the RoyalQ to set up the strategy. So
Your audio is not audible anymore. Please, can you speak up? Speak a bit louder. We can't hear you anymore.
okay, let me
put on loudspeaker.
All right, better. We can
So
hear you
can you hear me
now.
now?
Ask your question. Yes, it's better now. Ask your question.
Okay. My question is on the RoyalQ. When you go to set up the setting, the strategy on the RoyalQ settings, you can edit it like as you said. You say you can make it. You can take the whole profit, the whole total profit of 3%, or you can also reduce it if you don't have enough patience to 2.5.
I didn't say 3%. 2%. You can use 2%, but if you want to sell faster, use 1.5%. This market is very volatile. There's nothing bad hitting. There's nothing bad making 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 very fast, and or you put it on 3% and you wait for before it gets to 3%, it goes down again, and you'll be waiting. So it's better you'll be taking your 1.5%, 1.5%. You understand? So that you'll be able to trade more coins than just trading one coin for a longer time. I hope what I'm saying is making sense.
Yes, I understand. So
okay,
the setting of that template, if you go and change the whole take profit to maybe 1%, as you say, is it?
Yes.
Does it save permanently, or when you want to place another trade, maybe you have 200 and you want to place another coin, you want to trade another coin?
You can always edit. You can always modify. You can always modify. Even when the trade is running, you can also go and modify the take profit. It's still fine.
Okay.
You just edit the settings. Just go to trade settings and edit it. That is all. And when you want to trade another coin, you can also edit it before you save the settings and you activate your trade. It's still going to work that way.
For each trade you want to make, just make sure you go to the trade settings and modify it, cross-check it.
Yes, make sure everything is intact, everything is correct. Make sure your MACD automation is enabled, everything is intact before you save and you activate.
Okay. No problem.
Always confirm, please.
All right.
Okay. All right, so let me go back to the chat. Let me go back to the chat to see. Yes, I can hear you. Coach Fahad.
Can you find, have you activated your robot? If not, we can do it here at once so that other people can see. Because it's a new build that want to activate his robot, I think now.
Okay. Let me unmute him back. You can unmute your mic, King Ifeanyi, while I go through the other questions. Okay. King Abdullahi Raji, does that mean you have to go through all the volatile coins into if it has hit the golden cross? Yes, you need to go and check all the volatile coins that is yet to hit the golden cross, that the golden cross is yet to happen. Okay, so once you identify any coin that has gone below the zero line, but what I mean is this, for example, this, any coin that has gone below the zero, the MACD has gone below the zero line, but is yet to, the golden cross is yet to take place, that is the right time to go to your RoyalQ and load your settings, activate, and you wait. So now you're telling RoyalQ, once that golden cross happens, RoyalQ automatically buy and will start trading that coin for you. Simple as that. I hope it's clear. King Abdullah Raja, I hope that's your question has been answered. Today is my first time and I just joined, so I don't understand yet. Don't worry, you understand. You will understand. Just get back to your upline to put it through and keep on attending Zoom sessions. So you see, the problem here is that people want to make money, but they are not ready to learn. They are not ready to learn. Now, there's a saying that knowledge is not power, but knowledge is potential power. Action is power. So if after getting all this information and you are not ready to put in the action, to take action, I'm telling you, there's no way you see results. So always make sure whatever we do here, you go back and also try to figure out all these things. You have TradingView. Go to your TradingView app, set up your indicator, set up your TradingView, add those 25 coins. If you want to pay, we have a special package for those who want to pay to be able to add up more than 25 coins. You can see mine is showing 98. I can add more coins here, unlimited coins, because this my TradingView is the paid TradingView, meaning that is on a monthly subscription. But if you don't want to pay for it, it's fine. You can add up the 25 coins we recommend for you guys, and you can use that for free without paying a dime. Start with that first. Identify when the MACD indicator has gone down below the zero line. Then you start to use that to practice. Before you know, you understand all this, and you can go and set up your trade on your RoyalQ and start taking your live trade. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Now, let me see a question again from King William. He said, with MACD settings, do you mean the second and third call should not be touched, please? No, you are not getting it. After you have generated your settings from the Excel template, right? Go and save it on your RoyalQ. Just modify the only thing that you have to modify from these updated settings. This settings is only for Magic 3 and for Magic 5. MACD will not work with Magic 1. Okay, MACD will not work with Magic 1. Remember, our signals is a different settings. Our signal is the normal settings from the Excel template, but this is not signal. So this is the MACD automation. So this is the settings, the special settings for the MACD automation. But if you are trading our signals from the signal channel, you have to use the settings from the Excel template. I hope it is understood. So Coach Fad, King Ifai said he has already activated his account. All right, let's go back again. Let's go back and see if there are questions on the chat. Is there any implications when someone takes more than 10 trades? Yes, please. That is why we have risk management. You cannot say you have a capital of $100 and you want to take 10 trades. It's not going to work, please. Please don't do that. If not, you'll be in a serious mess. Always apply our risk management. If you have $100 capital, you can only trade one coin. If you have $300 capital, $200 capital, you can trade 3 coins at a time. If you have $200 capital, you can trade 2 coins at a time. Not trading 10 coins with $100 or $200. It will not work that way, please. There is a lot of implications to that, a lot, and you'll be in a serious mess. Okay, how many coins can one trade in RoyalQ Magic 3? Depending on your capital. If your capital is $200, it means that you are using Magic 3 settings. You can trade 2 coins at a time. If you have, let's say you have $1,600, that means you can use Magic 5 settings to trade 3 coins at a time, because Magic 5 will make you more money than Magic 3, of course. Magic 5 settings will make you more money than Magic 3. So if you have capital to trade Magic 5, please use your Magic 5 and enjoy more profit for you. Okay, how do I get the updated Excel template, sir? No, the Excel template is not ready yet. I'm just saying that we are working on it. What I'm saying is that make sure if you're using the MACD automation, this is the settings you modify. The same Excel template you already have is what you use to generate the settings, but modify these things I have identified for you guys on the Magic 3 and Magic 5. If your settings is Magic 3, make sure you modify first call and seventh call after you've generated the settings from your Excel, that same Excel template you have. We are yet to get we are yet to be done with the updated Excel template. I'm just letting you guys know that very soon it is going to be ready. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Now let's take a look at another example again on the chart before we call it a day. Now let's go to another coin. Let's check this coin. Let me close this back testing. Okay, cancel. Cancel. What is wrong with this thing? Okay. All right, so let's check another coin again and see using the MACD automation. Let's check this. Okay, good. This is the current price of Celo, C-E-L-O. Now you can see very well. If you want to trade this coin now, you cannot trade it now because the MACD is here to come down below the zero line. You can see where it is at the moment. It's trying to come down. You can see the blue line is trying to prepare to come down. It has to come down first before the golden cross happens. Let's say this is the MACD. This is the golden line. So the MACD needs to come down first before it will cross the golden line so that you go and activate it on your RoyalQ. Then RoyalQ will now do the needful. That's the only thing you do. That is why this robot is a semi-automated. It's not that the robot to do everything for you. No, you have to be the one to do your own thing. Just pull some, just put in, press some settings, some buttons, and that is all. RoyalQ takes over from you. That is why it is called a semi-automated bot. I hope it's clear. Now let's take an example of one. Let's use backtesting to check example of one of the trade using the MACD automation. Now let me take it to this side of the price action. Let's take it to this side of the price action. Let me see. Okay, good. Let's use this. Hold on. Okay. All right, awesome. So let's take it here. Now let's take an example for this price action. Now you can see what is happening here. The price was dropping. Remember I said MACD happens, a golden cross happens when a reversal is about to happen on that coin. Reversal means it wants to move from downtrend to uptrend. From downtrend to uptrend. Just watch how this price has been dropping down. And the MACD is coming down. It has come down below the zero line. At this point, you are to go to your RoyalQ and you set up your settings to do the needful, please. Once you do the needful, let's take a look at what happens. So now it's coming down. The MACD is about to happen, but it's not yet happening. You can see the golden cross is about to happen, but it has not happened yet. It went down again. You see, it went down again. No problem. As long as you have set up your settings, you've told RoyalQ only buy for me once that golden cross has happened on the MACD. RoyalQ will not buy. It will still be waiting. Even if the MACD keeps on going down, RoyalQ will not buy because has golden cross happened? No. So RoyalQ will not buy for you. So just take a look. The golden cross is about to happen. Now RoyalQ has bought. RoyalQ bought around this side. Now let's measure 1.5% from here. The current price action. 1.5%. This is 1.5%. Now, this is 2%. 2%. Now, this is 2%. This swing high, which is where more liquidity are. So definitely it will get here. So to get here to 2.2, well, let's leave it at 2%. Okay, now let's try and see. Let's play the price action and see what happens. You can see it went down, but it's still trying to go up. That's what you can see. It went down again, no problem. Just remain patient. Let the RoyalQ do its thing. Okay, this is the current price at the moment. You can see the current price at the moment is close to the 1.5%. And let's take a look at how many days this trade was taking here, around here. You can check how many days now is around here. So 15 hours, 45 minutes. You can see it here. So it's not yet up to 24 hours. 15 hours, you can see it here. Can see it here. 15 hours, 45 minutes. So it means that this trade, I think you pick this trade around here, this trade will still be on floating profit because you can see it's on floating profit, right? And it is yet up to 24 hours when the trade was picked. So maybe before tomorrow, it will go and hit your take profit, which is 1.5%. But it is already on floating profits. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. If you have any questions, if you want us to check another one again, another example before we call it a day, please let me know. But if it's clear, please let me know if it's clear. Yes, okay, I can see a question from King Mohammed. Must one always enter a trade by obeying time zone strictly even when you see MACD is below 0? Yeah, for the time zone, if you can identify it, the MACD, if you identify the conditions that you're looking for the MACD, go ahead and pick your trade. Remember, it will only buy when the golden cross happens. So you are safe, no problem. You are safe, no problem at all. Once you can identify and you see that the MACD has gone below the 0 line, go ahead. As long as the golden cross is here to happen, why not? Please go ahead and pick up that trade. Go ahead and pick up that trade. But we are telling that the time frame, the time zone or the time when liquidity comes into the market more often, when there's a lot of liquidity, there's a lot of volatility, is around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning, and in the afternoon, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. That is when you see a lot of volatility, liquidity coming into the market. That is when firms, institutions, banks are bringing their money to come and trade. That's why you have more volatility around this specific time frames or zones. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. What I mean by 50 minutes, King Abla Raji, the MACD, always make sure your time frame on your trading view is set to 15 minutes. Now, this is what I mean by time frame. If you can look at the top of my screen, top left, you see I have 1 minute, 5 minutes. It is on 15 minutes. That's why I can see it a bit dark. We have 1 hour, we have 4 hours, we have day, week, and month. Make sure 15 minutes is what you select to use this MACD. That is what we mean by 15 minutes. If you see now, if I change it to 1 hour, it will change. It's on 15 minutes now. And that's why 15 minutes is a bit dark. So make sure it is on 15 minutes. You select it to 15 minutes on your app. On your TradingView app, you see you can change the time from 15 minutes. If it's on 1 hour, you change to 15 minutes. If it's on 1 day, you change to 15 minutes. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. Any other question, please? If you have any other question, ask question before we call it a day. Any other question, please? How do I increase margin call on margin tree after it has already bought the whole 7 I bought? I have about $50. If you want to open more margin calls, take note about that. For margin calls, we always recommend you to use either Magic 1 or Magic 2. If you want to enjoy opening of margin calls, use either Magic 1 settings or Magic 2 settings. And for Magic 1 settings, when you go and check on the exact templates, Magic 1 settings will tell you that the minimum capital here to use is what? $320 to $519. So it means that the minimum you can use to put more margin calls in Magic 1 is $320. So if you have $50, please, it will not work. Your $50 can only be used to do manual replenishment. And that is if you understand how to do your technical analysis and you've checked it and you notice that it will soon start to go back up, then you can do your manual replenishment of your $50 by adding that $50 more. It will be added to the first to the fourth call, so that when it sells, you make more profit. But if you don't have up to date, please, you cannot open more margin calls. And Magic 2, if you go to Magic 2, you can see for Magic 2, the minimum here is what? $525. Meaning, if you want to use Magic 2 to open margin calls, you have minimum of $525 and above. So let's assume you want to use Magic 1 to open margin calls. How do you open more margin calls? All you need to do is to go to your trade, your Magic 3 trade, your trade running on Magic 3. You go to trade settings, you edit, you change the margin call drop limits, margin call limit, you change the margin call limit from 7 to 27 because you are adding more 20 margin calls. You want to expand the margin calls from 7 to additional 20 more. So instead of 7 on that trade you're running on Magic 3, edit, you change the margin call limit to 27. It means that it will open more 20 columns for you. After that, make sure everything remains the same. Everything remains the same. Your first buy amount, it is on Magic 3, it was 15. Make sure it is 20 this time around. Everything you see here is what you put. Okay, 20, forget about the take profit because you already have your own take profit there on the trade. Everything you see here is what you put, everything you see here. Then now, this is where you have to pay attention to the margin configuration. Margin configuration, you have opened extra 20 margin call, which is columns. It will now start from 8. After 7 is 8. The 8th call will be what you have here on the first call. 8th call, 9th call, 10th call, you put in all these parameters. 11th call until you get to the 27th call, and then you save. And that is all. If it has turned off your margin call, once you save this and you are sure that you have the $320 in your Binance, okay, you stop up and you have that extra money, just go and enable the margin calls. Immediately you start buying more margin calls for you, and it will continue printing more money for you, depending on when that coin will sell. Please, I hope it is understood. This is how you open more margin calls if you have more money and you want to continue making money downtrend. And remember, more margin calls makes your trade sell out faster because the average price will be dropping down and the floating loss will be dropping down as well. That is why margin call drops are very, very important. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Yes, signals on spot will be dropped. Don't worry about that. It will be shared. It will be shared. Don't worry about that. But please don't just depend on signals. If you know how to use the MACD automation, why not? You can go do this by yourself. You don't need to always depend on signal, because we have shown you how to use it, MACD automation. So we expect you to also be independent. Okay, you have to be independent. Don't always depend on signals. Our goal is to make sure you guys understand how to do this by yourself. Okay, and that's why we have this Friday Zoom sessions where you learn how to analyze using the 2 tactics indicators. Do we have any other question, please? Do we have any other question before we call it a day? So if you've learned a lot today, please let me see you type a 111 on the chat. For those who are newbies, for those who are just activating their accounts, don't worry about that. I assure you that you understand. Just keep on attending Zoom sessions. That's just the truth. See, from the very first day you activate your bots, just know that your learning has started. Your learning has started. So just be attending Zoom sessions. If you cannot attend Zoom sessions, don't worry about that because every Zoom session are being recorded. So you wait for the recorded link to be dropped, and then you go back and watch. And if you don't understand, ask questions on your next session that you attend. And if you cannot attend still, maybe because of your busy schedule, reach out to your upline and ask questions. That is why you have uplines. Okay, me that 231 is my capital. Divide by 2. No, divide by 2. If you divide by 3, it won't work. So if you have a capital of 231, just divide by 2. When you divide by 2, now this is my calculator, 231, right? Let me expand this. 231 divided by 2, divide by 2, will give you 115.5. Forget about the 0.5. So it means that 115 is all you trade per coin to trade 2 coins. 115 to trade 2 coins. So on your Excel template, go on Magic 3, change that 100 to 115 to give you the settings for 115. And you can only trade 2 coins at a time. If one has sold from the 2 coins, then it means that you have gotten another capital to trade another coin to make it 2. So you can only trade only 2 coins at a time with this capital. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Okay, thank you so much for your time. For those who were able to stay to the end of this session, we really appreciate your time. I can see somebody still raising up his or her hand. Okay, King Adeyemi. Okay, let's take this last question and we call it a day. Let's take this last question and we call it a day. King Adeyemi, unmute your mic and ask the question, please. You just make it fast so that we can call it a day, because I want this session to just last for just an hour and time is longer on our side. Okay, go ahead, King Adeyemi.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon. I'm
Good
Adeyemi
afternoon.
Ochenike from Dubai.
All right, you're welcome.
I just want to ask a question. My question is that, assuming you have like 2 or 3 running, and you have only 20, let's say you have only $20 for fuel fee, and when the 1 or 2 sold, it took all the fuel fees, all the $20, it took it already. You need more fuel fees, right? But when the
Yes.
other, maybe like 2 or 3 that remain, when it's sold, or it's not going to sold, or what will happen if you already take all the $20 for fuel fee, and you still have some of your coin that is running, your trade that is running, and also you don't even know that, maybe you don't know that your fuel fee already finished when it's sold out. What will happen
Okay,
when
okay, I like your question. It's a very important question. So this is it. I'm seeing other people raising up their hands. Okay, please, this is the last question. We are going to meet again on tomorrow. Tomorrow is question and answers. Good. We have question and answers tomorrow by 9 p.m. So please do endeavor to be there. If you still have more questions, don't worry about that. Come with your questions tomorrow by 9 p.m. That's in the night by 9 p.m. Okay, so for your question, King Adeyemi, when that happens, what RoyalQ do sometimes is they'll borrow you money. They'll borrow you some money. Maybe let's say, for example, that coin that is remaining is about to sell. If the gas fee that it needs to sell is not that much, they'll borrow you money and they'll sell it for you, so that when you fund your gas fee, they'll deduct it from the money you fund. So when you check, you'll see that your asset is really negative. If it was -$1 they gave you or -$2 they gave you, you'll see that it is showing negative. So once you deposit funds to your RoyalQ wallet, they'll deduct that money from your assets. And again, take note, always try to make sure you check alerts on your RoyalQ, because by the time your asset is reading is going below, your FOF is going below $10, below $5, below $2, they'll be notifying you to top up your FOF fee. So those notifications coming will be like a reminder in order for you to quickly go and fund it. Because it will get to a point that if they cannot give you, borrow you any money for your FOF fee, that trade will stop. It will stop. It will not sell for you. When it's time to sell, it will not sell until you send more funds for FOF fee before the trade will resume. I hope your question has been answered, King Adeyemi. So please always make sure you check all those notifications coming in from your RoyalQ. to be notified so that you do the needful. King Adeyemi, I hope it is clear.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. All right. So thank you so much for your time. See you same time, not same time. See you tomorrow by 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Please do make sure you're there. You come with your questions, come with your downlines. Let them come if they have questions. Let them come and ask questions. The more you ask questions, the more you understand the business. That is how it works. So keep on asking questions. Watch videos, come with your questions, and get more clarifications on what is not clear. Thank you once again. See you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Bye-bye from this side.